Hi, ladies and gentlemen. This is Tony Holowitz, and I want to thank you for being here for this ACT software tip. In this tip, I want to talk to you about something I see quite often when I'm working with clients. Often, when I'm looking at their contact information, I see a lot of blank contacts. And let me just describe what happens. When you go to enter a contact in ACT, one of the ways you can do it is you can go up and click on New. And when you do that, you get a completely blank contact, at which point you can fill in any of the information you want to fill in. But quite often what happens is people might click on the new and they keep clicking on it, or they click on it by accident. Or I think the more common way to enter a contact by accident is on your keyboard. The insert key is the keyboard shortcut to enter a contact. So what happens is if you hit the insert key by accident, you're basically entering a contact and you sort of navigate away from it because you didn't mean to do that. So imagine you're working on a database, you have multiple people working in your database, many users of ACT, and they on occasion just hit the insert key. Well, what happens is this. If I go up and do lookup and I go all contacts, what will occur is typically at the top of my list, you're going to see a bunch of just fundamentally blank contacts. I see this all the time. Sometimes people wonder, how did that happen? How did it get there? Well, chances are it got there because someone hit the insert key on the keyboard by mistake. So what do you do with these blank contacts? Well, one thing you can do is you can delete them all. So I'm going to click on the first one, I'm going to hold the shift key down and then click on the last blank one. And at this point I could hit delete on my keyboard and start the deletion process of these contacts. But it always makes me nervous when I hear that people are going to delete contacts. So this is what I recommend. One, a way to avoid this is you can make the ID status a required field. So if you did create a contact by mistake, you would not be able to move on until you filled in this field. But on that note, when it is a mistake and you know you want to delete it, what I recommend is having the option in the drop-down list for the ID status, have an option for delete. That way, as you go through your blank contacts, or any contact for that matter that you want to delete, you can just fill the ID status in as delete. What this does, especially in a bigger company, is you can decide when and if to delete these. They're not really hurting anything, but what I recommend is go in once a week or once a month, whatever works for you, and delete these contacts. Do a lookup, go ID status, and look up delete. And now you've isolated the contacts that have delete in the ID status. And these are the two blank ones. There were more, but I just illustrated this on two. Now this way you can delete these contacts and be sure that you haven't deleted all your other contacts. So what I'm suggesting here is just be cautious. Also, I'm going to make an assumption that you have backups of your data. So worst case scenario, if you did something bad and deleted the wrong ones, you can always restore one of the other contacts or one of the previous backups. So that's why you see a lot of these blank fields. It's common. I see it all the time, and I just wanted to point it out to you. Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Tony Holowitz. Thank you so very much. Have a great day.